Hi everyone, it's Karen from KISS WP Websites, Keep It Simple Sweetheart WordPress websites. And I'm continuing this week, this WordPress Wednesday, on is WordPress slow? So I would say WordPress is just like any other tool, and it's how you use it that can make it fast or slow. WordPress in itself is not inherently slow, it's how people use it. So I covered 3 things in a previous WordPress Wednesday. I covered themes, I covered page builders, and I covered the size of images. So it was themes, page builders, and the size of images. I'm going to cover another 3 things today. The first of those is actually hosting. I know when people are starting out, it can be really tempting to go for the cheapest hosting. The cheapest isn't always the best. And what it can mean is that when people are trying to access your website, or when more than one person is trying to access your website, that it slows down to a crawl. And I see this with some really cheap hosting. When people come to me and they have a problem with their website, or they need me to update some of the plugins and themes, that when I'm trying to update something and then try and go into it from the front end, or open up different tabs in their website to look at different things at the same time, it slows to a crawl. And often this is to do with your hosting. So get some decent hosting. Don't go for the cheapest. In Australia, there's some really good hosting companies. You've got Prompt Web Hosting that's based in Sydney. You've got Venture IP. I'm not quite sure where they're based, but they're another Australian company. Plus, you may have some local hosting companies close to you as well. We've got TDRS local to us. So you want to find some good hosting. You don't want it just on the cheapest, because that is not going to serve your website. After hosting, it's actually the PHP of your website. So PHP is the software that WordPress itself runs on. And you can see what PHP version you're on by using the site health in your WordPress website. So if you log into the back end of your WordPress website, go to Tools, which will be on the left-hand column, go into Tools, and then go into Site Health. And if you go into Site Health, it will tell you on the first page of your Site Health, it will tell you what needs to be updated, like if you've got WordPress plugins that are inactive or need to be updated, themes that are inactive and maybe shouldn't be there anymore. It will give you all sorts of information. Now, if you go into there's 2 tabs there. One is all the messages. That's normally the first tab. The second tab is all information on your website. And if you scroll down there and look under something called Server, it will tell you the PHP version. Now, I know from updating clients' websites that the changes from some of the PHP 5 up to at the moment, PHP 7.4. So this is April 2021 when I'm doing this. For that, you want to be on your PHP 7.4. 7.3 will still work on most of the plugins. Some of the plugins now will not work on previous versions of PHP. They haven't been written for that. I noticed a big change in website speed going from PHP 5 point something to 7.3. So make sure your PHP is on the right version. If you're still running WordPress and you haven't updated it recently, so if you can't find Site Health, for example, because I think that was in version 5.2, if I remember correctly. If you're on a really older version of WordPress core, my question would be why? Do you have a really good reason for being on a really old version of WordPress because they improve the security, they improve the speed, and they add in features with every version. And site health is one of the great things. I think it's great because people can now look at that. You yourself as a business owner of your own website can go in and check the site health and see that it's all running okay. And if you don't want to do maintenance yourself, you can contact myself at KISS WP Websites, and you can supply me with the information that I need without me even logging into the back end of your website yet. I can give you some ideas of what could be slowing down your website. And certainly updating your PHP is something that's really good. The rest of your plugins and themes and WordPress core also have to be updated, because having a modern updated PHP and out of date WordPress core or plugins or themes, that won't work. They won't play together nicely and you're going to get errors. But you can check your site health for the PHP version. On a modern updated version of WordPress, your PHP should be 7.4. That's the minimum requirement that WordPress 5.7 is asking for. So the other thing, so we've covered hosting, we've covered the PHP. The other thing is to add what's called a cache plugin. Now, I'm not talking about cache as in money. It's cache as in CACHE. And what that does is that helps the website load faster. It will preload some of the things into your website browser without getting too technical, and it will speed it up. Now, there are free versions. There's WP Fastest Cache. There's WP Fastest Cache. There's W3 Total Cache. They're both free plugins that can speed up your WordPress website. And you've also got WP Rocket, which is also a very popular one, and that's a paid-for plugin. So any of these you can actually see how quickly they can speed up your website. Seriously, I've loaded up WP Fastest Cache onto a website, and I've seen the speed increase so that the load went down from something like 3 seconds it was taking to load to about 1 second. So these are 3 other things that you can do to speed up your WordPress website. And once again, if you want to see some tools, there's Pingdom, there's Google Page Speed, there's GTmetrix. Those are just some of the free website speed checks that you can do. Just go into your favorite search engine, type in website page speed check, and it will bring some of these and others up as well. So those were 6 things in total. Your theme, your page builder, definitely your image size. They were covered in a previous WordPress Wednesday, and today I've covered the hosting, your PHP version, and your cache. Now, those are 6 things that will definitely speed up your WordPress website. So the answer to the question is WordPress slow? No, it isn't. It's just a tool like any others, and you can make it go faster or slower depending on how you use it. That's another WordPress Wednesday from me. This is Karen from KISS WP Websites. Keep it simple, sweetheart WordPress websites. If you have any trouble, if you're struggling with your WordPress website, book a chocolate and a chat complimentary 30-minute session. It can be over the phone or via a Zoom meeting, so that you can actually show me what's going on with your website, why it's causing you issues, and together we can come up with a solution. I'll put the link for the chocolate and a chat below. Until next time, bye for now.